down.
Okay. All right. You think so?
Mhm.
All right. Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and forex markets. Today's video is going to be a little update on Bitcoin. My grandson seems to think that it's going down. We'll have to wait and see. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I see the market. We are having a launch sale on our masterclass. The link is in the description below if you are interested in becoming an independent trader yourself. Consider taking advantage of this sale. You will never see these prices again. All right, so in today's video, it's going to be a little different. In my prior videos, I have gone over every count that could possibly take place up here. I've gone over the triangle potential, the running flat potential, the expanded flat potential, where we come deeper. I've also talked about why I feel that the fourth wave did not end at the bottom here, because when you pull a fib extension, it does not hit the minimum requirement of the 618. I think I've gone over pretty much everything that I could go over in my last couple of videos, so if you haven't watched them, take a look. I think that they're worth watching. Today, we're kind of going to go back to the basics, because when a count is getting difficult and it's just getting to where you're like, what is going on? Kind of that mentality. What I do is I just go back to the basics, because Elliott Wave is a tool. It's a really good tool, and it's a tool that I really, really like, and it's taken my trading absolutely to the next level. But the market doesn't have to follow it. 90% of the time it does, but it doesn't have to. So when it's getting difficult, I just go back to the basics. So that's kind of what we're going to do in this video. So on the daily time frame, it's obvious that we are pushing higher. And across the top here, we have higher highs. And on the daily time frame, we're making lower highs, which is bearish divergence. It's pretty significant and it's there. But every time we've come down and made a correction, we have created bullish divergence, which has pushed us back up to the upside. Right now, as it stands, we don't have bullish divergence between these two pivots. We don't have it. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to create it and push up higher again. So let's talk about that. Now, I'm not going to bury my head in the sand and, if we push above this resistance with a daily candle close and we start finding support on top of this resistance and basically turn this resistance into support, I'm not going to sit here and stick to my bias that nope, we're coming to the downside. That would just be ridiculous, right? So if we continue to push up and we find support up here, I'm going to flip bullish. The last option that we would have at that point is the expanded B pocket. And yes, it would catch everybody by surprise. It is this pocket right here, the 1.236 and the 1.382. if you pull a fib extension from the high to the low, what would happen is we would continue to push up and we would get a very hard rejection. But even if we did that, we would most likely make a higher low, protect this low, and that would still be a very bullish correction. And at that point, I feel we would take off for our fifth wave. But that would be our last resort. Oops. So what I'm trying to say here is when a count is getting difficult, like this one is, I go back to the basics. And that's what I'm trying to relay to you all out there watching. Go back to the basics and go back to support and resistance and divergences. And yeah, when a count's getting difficult, that's what I do. All right, so basically, to summarize, if we get above here and we turn this into the support, I'm going to turn bullish. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on in just the immediate term here. Let's go down a little further. All right, so we've got this correction coming to the downside here. And there's a couple of options we have open for it. The first option is the more bullish option that we have either made a three-wave move or we have made a five-wave move and we have turned this into an A wave. We are going to create a move up for a B that could possibly break the high, which is what's called the expanded B, like I showed you before. And then we're going to come down and we're going to make just a correction. If that happens, then we are going to have the chance to push up through that resistance. Now we could definitely push up one more time and get rejected here, and then that would be the end of it. Our three-wave move that I've talked about would be over, and we would finally correct. This three-wave move up to the upside would be over, and we'd finally correct. Or we'd push through it, close a daily candle up there, and consolidate. And that's very much more bullish. And at that point, I'm going to be like, well, somewhere down here, this fourth wave ended. Okay. The other option, and if anybody out there has a way to get these brush off my chart without having to click through them like this and waste time, you will be my absolute hero. The other option is this five-wave move has turned into a wave one. This move to the upside does look very bullish, but when I dig into it, it looks like a possible flat to me. It could turn into a wave two. Now, if we break this high right here, you can wipe this count right off the table, because a wave two cannot break the top of a wave one. Then we're going to come down in a deeper correction, which is going to make a 3, 4, and then a 5. This is the more bearish option, and this would be the first leg of the bigger move for the correction that I've talked about in every video where it depends on how deep we come, whether it would be a B or an X, and then we could have the possibility of moving up higher. Okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about with that, refer back to my prior video. Because I could go over it again, but I would just be repeating myself for like the 15th time. So yeah, that's what we have. We have those two options. And I'll go over them again so that you can see it on a little bigger time frame and make it a little more clear. All right. So A, B, which could break the high and make a bullish correction. Then if that happens, we're going to push up and have the opportunity to close some candles up here. Or, why does it do that? I do not know. Or, wave 1, wave 2 does not break the high. We come down for wave 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be the first leg of a correction to the downside. So this was short and simple. If you want a more detailed analysis of what I really think's going on here, how I feel that this is a 3-wave move, and what could potentially happen after that, the triangle, the running flat, the expanded flat, all the targets, refer to my last couple of videos. This one was just going to be short and sweet about what was going on right here. Okay, so I hope this was clear. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day.